Hey, I wanted to do a little walk around video of my Mule. A lot of people have been asking questions about my turbo setup. Sorry it's not clean. I don't think I've ever washed it since I owned it. It gets ridden 10 to 15 times a week in mud and water and gets the living hell beat out of it, and it's been a really tough buggy. So the first thing you got to do is upgrade the lift pump. Now, when you first get your Mule or have a Mule or know somebody that wants to upgrade their Mule, you got to get rid of the chicken shit lift pump that comes on these things. So that right there is literally just one of those Honda Civic fast, you know, high supply eBay fuel pumps, a eBay regulator. I had Napa make me some hoses. The hoses are bigger, one step bigger from the 3/8 that comes on it. I got a water separator down there from Napa because I do ride in a lot of water. You know, got the pressure gauge on there. I got it set a little over 60. These things come from the factory with 5. That really gives you some supporting features for the kind of things that you're going to ask of it with it building boost. I had moved my airbox from the rear to the front to give me room for the turbo. I didn't want any of my pipes crossing, so I ran my pipe under the floorboard back to the turbo itself. So the intake 90s into the turbo here. And when I had originally made all these pipes, I made them under the pretenses I was going to go back and have my fab guy make me some nice ones. But honestly, I use it so much. I've had it set up like this over a year. I beat the hell out of it. I don't wash it. If it holds, it stays. You know, it's a GT15 turbo off eBay. One of the biggest things you want to do is wrap the turbo and wrap your downpipe. So as you can see, I had to go through my plastic here just a little bit to make the swoop. I have kids riding the back seat every day. I've never had a child burnt. I have it double wrapped. That's one thing I could do better or could do differently. You know, I have it swooped out through here. Never once had an issue with the tire. Then again, it's been lifted since I've started doing stuff to it. And I got it 90'd right into my stack. Pretty self-explanatory. Also, if you have an interesting way of doing bed snorkels, I did mine this way for the belt. It's just a slip joint. It goes all the way to the top of the snorkel so you get the same depth. I really didn't want to interfere with hitting any of my turbo pipes or anything. But on the fuel side, you have a screw right here. And there's a cap and a lock you got to cut off of it. And what they say to do is back the screw out, the bigger part of the screw, 1 to 2 to 3 turns. Honestly, mine's held in there by 1 thread. I have it backed out as far as it will go. I actually have ARP head studs because I have a second turbo and I plan on compounding it, and I really want to have 30 pounds of boost. As of right now, I'm only pushing 8, and I've consistently pushed 8 for over a year, and it's done really well. Another thing with this fuel setup, you have to cut the delivery valves. So under here in the injection pump, when you take these lines off and you unscrew that fitting, there's what they call a delivery valve. And inside that delivery valve, there's a collar, and they do it on 12 valve Cummins all the time. You can buy a fully cut delivery valve. Well, in this case, you can't buy them fully cut, but you can have them fully cut. There's a couple YouTube videos on how to cut them yourself, or most people just take them to machine shops. That's the best way to do it. And I went from, when I was trialing this thing, I was getting 2 pounds of boost with the same fuel setup, same piping, everything. when I cut the valves, I now get 8 pounds of boost consistently. I would show you my boost, but it's been dunked in water so many times it no longer works. So if I ever get around to putting a new one in, I'll take a video. But another thing, when you pull your airbox out, you can fit a full-size battery in this, and I use this for jumping equipment a lot. I own a mobile equipment repair business, and I jump crap all the time with this thing. It is a lifesaver. But yeah, give it a start up and rev it. Yeah. But before I put the portals on it, on 33s, it was running over 40 miles an hour with this setup. After I put the portals on it, the most I can get it is 35, 36. And I forgot to show y'all, but from my intake box up front, I ran my snorkel out here. I probably could have done that a little better, but it works pretty good. Like I said, it goes in seat deep water several times a week. It does fine. And that's pretty much it on the turbo side and the fuel mods. I'm still trying to figure things out. But as far as the buggy itself, I did a 7-inch cage chop. You know, I chopped here, and I chopped here, and I chopped here. There's a real pain in the ass on this buggy. I mean, I've done other ones that are super easy. If you're a tall guy, I don't recommend 7-inch. I'd recommend like 4 or 5. Dirty's like what? 6 foot? 5'11", 6 foot. I mean, he ain't hitting no bumps when I put the roof on there. But I got the high lifter A-arms front and rear, the 4-inch bracket lift, and then the 4-inch portals. It does really well on this setup with the turbo and everything. This has actually been my favorite setup. I have some 36s. I did put them on there. It turned them pretty good. It could have done better, but I couldn't turn the son of a bitches. So if I can find a way to make the 36s fit, I'll probably leave those on there. But all in all, it's been a real tough buggy. And if you're thinking about turboing it, I would definitely make sure you do all the fuel supporting mods and everything. So appreciate it.